Guys, it's Enigma Hood. So, I encountered this black guy on a Young Turks video. I believe the topic was about the priest who was bitten by a venomous snake and died. And this guy, he made one of the he made a very silly comment. He was saying that, well, clearly this preacher was not a true Christian. And holy shit, so many people got on his ass for saying that. It was a no true Scotsman fallacy. This guy, he's been posting on some of my videos recently. And I've been getting into like a discussion with him about his Christianity and why he's a Christian. And, you know, being a black man, obviously, in America, you should know why black people are Christian. Why the vast majority of black people in America are Christian. It's because of what happened during slavery. And whenever I encounter a black Christian, I want to go after the emotional reasons rather than the logical, rational reasons for believing in God or believing in Christianity. Because we can have a discussion about that, and I've done it a billion times. All of their logical, rational reasons for believing in God are refuted over and over again. But with black people, it really is more so an emotional thing. And if you can explain to them the origins of Christianity in America and with black people, then I think that's a better argument for them. It makes more sense. Because out of all the people in America that shouldn't be Christian, they shouldn't be Christian first and foremost. Putting God aside, okay, religion and God are two different things, right? Religion-wise, they should be the last people to be Christian because Christianity was forced on black slaves by racist white people. And I asked him straight up, because I don't give a fuck, I don't play around, why are you still a Christian when you know that Christianity was forced on black slaves by racist white fuckers? And he basically gave the same kind of flippant response that you would expect from a racist white person. So that was like shocking to me, that this black guy would give a response that's perfectly consistent with what racist apologists use. What the fuck? Now, in all fairness, this guy is a conservative, which blows my mind. How the fuck can you be black and conservative? What the fuck is going on with that? Black and conservative. Are you aware of what racists are? Racists are conservatives. When it's coming from the majority of a country, when they are racist, they are going to espouse conservative ideals. Why? Because conservatism acts in the best interest to the majority. Note, I'm not saying only the majority is racist. I'm saying when the racist majority, when the majority is racist, then it's a conservative ideology. So, I don't know what the fuck this guy is on. Because you watch some of his videos, and he made a video about Michael Dunn, you know, the racist white guy in Florida that shot a black teenager just for having loud music in his car. I watched that video, and believe it or not, I agreed with almost everything that he said in that video. He was talking about how what happened was wrong, that these people are racists, and the people defending Michael Dunn are also racists. Absolutely true. He also then went on to talk about how black people should be armed and have a right to defend themselves. And he's waving around a Tech 9. At least I think it's a Tech 9. That was kind of odd. But actually, I agree with that as well. All minorities should be armed and have a right to defend themselves. Why shouldn't you? You need to have the capabilities of defending yourselves. I agreed with that completely. So then why is it that when one racist white guy kills one black kid, that bothers him? But when a lot more racist white people kill millions and rape millions of black people, that doesn't bother him. What the fuck are you on, man? What the fuck are you on? How do you think Christianity was inculcated into the minds of black people. How do you think it was? It's because racist white people raped and forced their religion on their black slaves and beat them if they did not obey. That doesn't bother you? I asked him straight up, does that bother you? At one point, he seemed so flustered. I don't know if he actually meant this, but he did say, no. No, it doesn't bother me. You fucking douchebag. If that doesn't bother you, then that demonstrates that you are immoral. That demonstrates it. Because slavery is objectively immoral. And if you're apathetic about that, then you are immoral. Now, I want to also point out the fact that this idea of why people are any religion, it is completely to do with culture. Remember, back in the olden days, religion and culture were not separated, or I should say religion and the country and the state were not two different things. That came about as a result of secularism. But that's a relatively new thing. Back in the old days, they were the same fucking thing. So when an invader invaded and conquered another country and forced the indigenous population to convert to their religion, what they were actually doing was replacing their indigenous culture and beliefs with that of the invaders. Same thing happened in South America and in Mexico with the Spanish and Portuguese conquests. The indigenous people that lived in these countries, the Aztecs and the Incas, they had their own indigenous beliefs. But then they were raped by the Spanish and the Portuguese. And, well, not the Portuguese. The Portuguese raped other people, but Cortez, he conquered the Aztecs, and Pizarro conquered the Incas. Replaced it with that of an invader. That of an invader. What the fuck do you think happened during slavery, dumbass? What do you think happened? The indigenous beliefs of these Africans was replaced with that of an invader. But like I said, it's not unique to black people. This has been going on in all human populations. Why do you think white people are even Christian in the first place? I got news for you. Christianity is not a white people's religion. It's not. It's actually a brown people's religion. Christianity came from the Middle East. People in Europe had... The European religions are shit like Druidism and paganism, shit like that. Like stuff that no one believes in anymore. Those are what European religions are. That shit. Christianity is a fucking Middle Eastern religion. Maybe they're not as brown as I am, but, definitely browner than Europeans are. Fuck! How do you think it got there? Due to the influence of the Roman Empire. They were killing and raping people in Europe. They were invading tons of European countries, and when they invaded, they replaced the religion and the culture of those those they conquered with that of their own. Same fucking shit. If you want another example, the Indian guy, Dinesh D'Souza. You know that motherfucker, right? He's a Christian apologist. He's a political pundit. I really fucking hate these Indian conservative motherfuckers. They annoy me so much. But this guy in particular, he's also a Catholic. You might be wondering, why the fuck is this Indian guy a Catholic? Why? I'll tell you why. His family comes from an Indian province known as Goa. Now, most people are familiar with the fact that India was colonized by the British, but not the entire country was colonized by the British. There were still areas that were independent, and there were other small provinces that were actually colonized by other European countries, namely Portugal. Portugal's colony, or at least one of them, was Goa, the province of Goa. And as I'm sure most of you know, Portugal is predominantly Catholic due to the Inquisition. The Inquisition was in Spain, but it was also in Portugal. And so they're all Catholic. What did they do? They installed an Inquisition in Goa. They first conquered the country, right? They conquered the colony, Goa, and then they installed an Inquisition there where they either forced people to become Catholic, or they killed them, or they drove them out. So they made the indigenous population that lived in Goa be Catholic. And in the early 1960s, India said, fuck you, you Portuguese motherfuckers. We want our country back. Get out. Portugal said, no, we want Goa. Then India went in with their military and kicked their asses out, annexed Goa. However, while the hated Portuguese were driven out of Goa, the damage that the Portuguese did there, forcing everyone to be Catholic, persists to this day. And Dinesh D'Souza's parents were Catholic because of this, and as a result, what's the number one determinant of your religion? Your parents' religion. Dinesh D'Souza is a Catholic, and he's so stupid that he doesn't even realize why. And it's the same thing with black people. Same exact thing. They don't put two and two together. They don't even realize why they are Christian in the first place. It's not that hard to figure out. All you gotta do is study history. And it's right there for you to learn. It's not because it's true. It's because of killing people and raping people. That is the reason. Anyway, I want you guys to check out this guy, Slim Jim 7M. Check out his channel. Check out the few videos that he has. And, you can't tell from his videos that he's a Christian. You find out in the comments, when he makes comments on other people's videos, he's talking about Christianity and how people aren't real Christians because they die from snake venom bites. It's the most illogical crap you've ever heard of in your life. Anyway, try to talk some sense into this guy. This is Enigma Hood signing off.